You thought skipping checked bags would save you money, time, and stress? Welcome to 2025, where your carry-on gets treated like contraband. You paid for a basic ticket, you packed smart, you arrived early, and somehow, you're still standing at the gate, watching a gate agent slap a pink tag on your approved carry-on like it's being sent to exile. So much for control, right? But here's what no one tells you. The chaos? It's not random. It's not just bad luck. It's a system. And if you don't know how it works, it will work against you. In this video, we're breaking down exactly how to outsmart the carry-on crisis in 2025 without paying extra, without playing gate lice, and without sacrificing the stuff you actually need. By the end, you'll know how to pack like a pro, board without panic, and breeze through your flight with your personal item right where it belongs. Under your seat, not under a pile of other people's luggage. Let's start with why carry-ons have quietly become the most frustrating part of flying and what you can do about it before you even leave home. Let's start with the trap most travelers walk right into, thinking your carry-on is included. That cute little roller bag you bought specifically to avoid checked baggage fees? Yeah, some airlines are now charging more for that than for a checked bag. Worse, they don't always warn you up front. You book what looks like a cheap flight, only to get hit with a $65 carry-on convenience fee at check-in. Suddenly, your budget airline deal feels like a bad joke, and you haven't even made it to security yet. Now, suppose you do pay. You board with your carry-on, feeling victorious, until the agent at the gate looks around, shrugs, and says, "We're out of overhead space. You'll have to check that." Translation? You paid to carry it, and now it's riding in the belly of the plane anyway. And let's be clear, it's not just about the inconvenience. When you're forced to gate check your bag, you're also giving up control. Your meds, your laptop, your valuables, they should never leave your side, but now they're heading down a conveyor belt with zero warning. So what do people do? They try to beat the system. They line up early. They hover near the gate. They become what flight crews call gate lice, the swarm of anxious passengers crowding the boarding area long before their group is called, just to fight for overhead bin space. It's stressful, it's awkward, and it makes the whole boarding process way more chaotic for everyone. But what if you didn't need the bin space at all? That's where the shift starts and where we're headed next. Here's the move that seasoned travelers are quietly making. Skip the carry-on altogether and just bring a personal item. Sounds risky, right? Like, how are you supposed to fit everything into one bag that lives under the seat? But that one decision changes everything. First, no more surprise fees. Most airlines, even the stingiest budget ones, still allow one personal item for free, and as long as it fits under the seat, nobody's charging you extra, or worse, yanking it away at the gate. Second, you keep control. A personal item never leaves your side. No conveyor belts, no damage, no "we'll tag it and send it down." Your essentials, meds, tech, passport, backup snacks, they stay exactly where you put them. Third, and this is underrated, you get to board like an actual human being. No need to sprint when Group 4 is called. No hovering around the boarding zone pretending not to hover. You can stroll on last if you want, find your seat, slide your bag under, and you're done. It's not just about packing light, it's about flying smarter. Of course, the big question is, how do you actually fit what you need into one small bag? That's what we're tackling next, because with the right packing strategy, even a personal item can carry more than you think. I used to be the stuff and pray type. Fold, cram, sit on the bag, and hope the zipper held. But then I discovered the army roll. And I'm telling you, this one trick gave me back half my bag. It's called the Ranger roll, and it's how the military packs for space, speed, and survival. Turns out, it's perfect for travelers too. Here's how it works. You flip a small edge of the fabric to make a pocket, lay everything flat, smooth it out, and roll it tight, like burrito tight. Then you tuck that pocket over the end and lock it in place. The result? A compact, no-wrinkle little roll that doesn't unravel, doesn't puff up, and slides right into any crevice in your bag. I used it on a 5-day trip to New York last month. Temps all over the place, had to pack layers, and still fit everything into one personal item. No checked bag, no carry-on, just that one backpack and the Ranger Roll Army working overtime. The best part, it actually makes packing kind of fun. Like Tetris, but with clothes. Now, once you've got your clothes rolled tight, don't just toss them in your bag and call it done. The next trick takes this even further. So now you've got a neat little army of rolled shirts and pants. Don't stop there. This is where the magic happens. Enter the compression packing cube. It looks like any other travel cube until you zip it shut and realize it's basically a vacuum bag without the vacuum. You drop your Ranger rolls inside, close the first zipper like normal, then run the second zipper track to squeeze out all the extra air. Just like that, your bulky stack of clothes turns into this tight, dense little brick of efficiency. This thing saved me on a winter trip to Chicago. I was packing fleece, jeans, base layers, all the bulky stuff, and somehow still made it fit under a plane seat. Without the compression cube, no chance. It works especially well for heavy fabric. Think sweatshirts, sweaters, anything that normally takes over your bag like it pays rent. And when you combine it with the Army Roll, game over. You're now carrying way more than anyone thinks is possible for a personal item. But there's one more piece of this puzzle, and it's the one most travelers miss. Here's where most people blow it. They do everything right: roll, compress, organize, then toss it all into a cute little crossbody or a mini tote that barely fits a laptop. And just like that, they've wasted the one bag that actually matters. See, personal items sound small, but it's not just any small bag. It's any bag that fits under the seat in front of you, which means you can go a lot bigger than you think, as long as you stay within the airline's listed dimensions. So before your next flight, check those size limits. They're usually on the airline's website, tucked away in the baggage section. Once you know the max size allowed, get a bag that hugs that limit. Not over it, not under, right on the edge. My go-to? A full-size backpack or a structured bag like the Nomad Lane Bento. It opens like a suitcase, has a spot for tech, chargers, even shoes, and still fits perfectly under the seat. When you pair the right bag with compression cubes and tight rolls, you'll be shocked by how much you can bring without ever touching the overhead bin. And you'll walk right past the gate lice with a smile, knowing your bag's already got a home right at your feet. Once you've tried this setup, tight rolls, compression cubes, and a perfectly sized personal item, it's hard to go back. You walk through the terminal with nothing dragging, nothing clunking behind you, nothing waiting to be gate-checked and tossed around like checked luggage in disguise. You're not fighting for bin space, you're not holding up the boarding line, and you're not crossing your fingers that your bag survives a surprise trip to the cargo hold. Instead, your essentials are right where they should be, next to you, within reach, and under control. And here's the part no one talks about. There's something incredibly freeing about traveling this light. You stop worrying about what you forgot. You stop dragging things you don't need. You start enjoying the actual trip because you packed smarter, not heavier. Now, if you really want to take this strategy to the next level, I've got one final trick for you. It's tiny, weirdly effective, and makes long flights way more comfortable. You already know your personal item has to go under the seat in front of you during takeoff and landing. That's standard. Safety rules, no negotiation. But once you're in the air and the seatbelt signs off, you've got options. Here's what frequent flyers do. They slide their bag back, just a few inches, from under the seat to right behind their calves. It doesn't block the aisle, doesn't get in anyone's way, and suddenly, your legs have room to move. It's a small adjustment, but on a 3-hour flight, or worse, a red-eye, it makes a real difference. No more knees jammed into the tray table. No more feeling like your thighs are glued together by the end of the movie. Just a bit of space, a bit of stretch, and a much better chance you'll land without feeling like your legs turn to stone. It's not fancy. It's not flashy. But when you combine this with the right packing setup, you start to feel like you've actually outsmarted the system. Because you have. Let's say you've packed perfectly. Your bag fits under the seat, your snacks are ready, your playlist is loaded, and you've got your laptop out to catch up on work or maybe just rewatch The Office for the 100th time. But halfway through the flight, you want a break, maybe to nap, maybe to snack. So you do what feels natural. Slide your laptop into the seat pocket in front of you. Big mistake. That pocket, it wasn't built for your MacBook. It's barely built for the safety card. And what a lot of travelers don't realize is that the moment the person in front of you leans their seat back, that sleek laptop screen you love so much might just get crushed, literally. One traveler on TikTok showed her brand new laptop after a short nap. Cracked screen, totaled hinge, hard shell case, and all. Turns out, those seat pockets don't offer any protection, and the pressure from a reclined seat is all it takes to ruin your day and your tech. And even if your laptop survives the squeeze, there's still the germ factor. Those seatback pockets are like the junk drawers of the plane. Old tissues, snack crumbs, mystery goo, and guess how often they get cleaned? Yeah, not enough. So what's the smarter move? If you're not using your laptop, tuck it back in your underseat bag. Ideally, inside a padded sleeve or a backpack with a proper laptop compartment. It takes 5 extra seconds, but saves you hundreds in repairs and a whole lot of stress. Your laptop works hard. Don't let a seat pocket take it out. There's a reason TSA lines crawl when they should be moving. And no, it's not always because someone forgot to take their belt off. Sometimes, it's the stuff people pack. Or more accurately, what they shouldn't. Every day, travelers get held up for bringing things they didn't even know were a problem. Oversized lotion bottles, tiny fruit knives, power banks in the wrong place. And the result? Delays, confusion, and a whole lot of "I didn't know." Let's break down the ones that cause the most chaos. Liquids and gels? Still a thing in 2025. Yes, TSA still enforces the 311 rule. 1 quart-sized clear bag, bottles no more than 3.4 ounces each. And yes, they will take your expensive face cream if it's too big. Even snacks in weird packaging like sunflower seeds in foil can trigger the scanner and slow everything down. You want to keep moving? Pack smart. Keep that clear bag out and ready. Sharp objects? Just don't. That fruit peeling knife? Nope. Cuticle scissors? Risky. Razor blades? Only cartridge style are okay, never the loose metal ones. If it has a blade and doesn't belong in kindergarten, it probably shouldn't be in your backpack. When in doubt, check it or leave it. Power banks and lithium batteries? These are carry-on only, never in checked luggage. Not knowing that has caused real flight delays. Always keep them in your personal item, powered off, and never loose in the bag. If the battery swells, sparks, or overheats down in the cargo hold, the crew might not even have time to react. Keep it with you where it's safe. And then there's the big no-no category. Explosives, flammables, weapons, radioactive anything. Obvious? You'd think so, but it still happens. One guy tried to bring fireworks for a beach party. Another packed a camping stove with butane still inside. You don't want to be that headline. So how do you avoid being the reason your entire gate groans? 2 things. Check the TSA banned items list before you pack. And if you're unsure, ask. Most airline websites spell it out. Or just message @AskTSA on Twitter. They actually respond. Getting held up at security because of an honest mistake is frustrating. Getting your stuff confiscated or missing your flight? Even worse. But a little prep? That's the easiest upgrade to your entire trip. Flying with just a personal item might sound limiting at first, but once you've done it right, you realize it's not about packing less. It's about packing better. Forget the gate check drama. Forget the luggage fees that quietly double your ticket. Forget wrestling your way through the aisle with a bag that barely fits. It's just you, your essentials, and a bag that works with you, not against you. So, whether you're headed out for a weekend getaway or squeezing in one more trip before PTO resets, don't underestimate the power of smart packing. Use the space, know the rules, and give yourself the freedom to travel light without the stress. If any of these tips helped you rethink how you travel, hit that like button. Share it with a friend who always overpacks, just in case. And if you've got your own carry-on hacks or TSA horror stories, drop them in the comments. I read them all. And hey, if you want more videos that help you fly smarter, laugh a little, and avoid rookie mistakes the airlines won't warn you about, go ahead and subscribe. I've got more coming your way. Next up, we're tackling what not to pack in your personal item. And trust me, TSA doesn't mess around. See you in the next one. And maybe this time, not stuck in the security line.